GMGers and GMGettes, are you ready?
Countdown, 60 seconds to get ready for the Good Morning Gang morning show. It's time to get ready. Get your coffee, tea, trees, or whatever need be. Then put on your seatbelt. We're going on a journey. We'll discuss trending topics, music and breaking news to help get your morning right. Big Phil speaks, giving you his one-of-a-kind point of view. It's a GMG, and we're family. So as we count down to the start of the show, prepare for the unexpectedly. If you know, you know. Tell 1 to 7 of your friends to come in. Share your love for the show. We're about to begin. The GMG countdown.
Yeah, it's time to wake yourself up. It's the Good Morning Gang morning show. You feel me?
Good morning to you.
Looky, what do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G., but keep it at a buck though, none to get you up though like GMG. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning gang, be the instrument and take your friends and them can and all come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them mistaken, even the chosen haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10 we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you a part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face with your snacks and come on in, get comfy, but most importantly in all caps,
Do 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 dooby dooby doo do 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 yeah. Good morning, gang, gang, gang. Good morning. Yeah, happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, GMGers and GMGettes. It's your boy, Big Phil Speaks, and this is the Good Morning Gang morning show, brought to you by myself, and that good GMG, Good Morning Gang. Listen. listen to me, listen to me. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Yeah, yeah. I got a brand new song in my heart. Don't I always got a song? No shit, ain't nothing brand new under the sun. I'm always singing same thing. You feel me? Listen, how are y'all doing? And before I go any further and give the hellos, please forgive me for my tardiness. I am tardy to the party. You feel me? But I'm still here and still I rise. And still I rise. I got up a little late. I ain't hear my alarm on my fizz zone. I must have been in cloud 100 because I ain't hear my fizz zone until I guess it had been snoozing for a little bit. And I said, oh, shiggity, let me get up. I hadn't even created a thumbnail for this situation or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I said, oh, shiggity, let me scurry, hurry to get here for you all today. You know what I'm talking about? Odell B. Jr., what's goody like the mob? Salute. What's goody like the, is that Odell Beckham? Tapping in from over there on the good IG. Salute. Come on over to the good YouTube and subscribe if you would. Let me find out. Yeah, it's been a morning. It's been a morning, but yet and still I rise. Before I go any further, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what I got to do. I got to put my warnings out there for some of the things we're gonna talk about. You feel me? Warning.
Federal law, Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107 allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted material under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. Fair use allows for the quoting of copyrighted material in the creation of a new work for purposes included but not limited to criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Fair use preserves the free flow of culture, baby. That part.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today. We are gathered here today, ladies and gentlemen, to enjoy this thing called life. Listen. Who we got in the building? It's the roll call. Ooh. Listen, who we got in here? Crack baby, trick baby, crack baby. What's goody like the mob? Sexy sugar mama. She's in the building. Who else? CBS. Happy Friday. GMG, huh? Zolan, good morning to ye. Who else we got in the building? Tanaco is in the building. Good morning to ye. Connie Baptiste is in here. Good morning. QV, what's upper? Listen, Marlon Elder, what's goody like the mob? Who else we got in the building? Jackson, Odell B. Jr. official, Mama Jew, Chatty Bree, Rosemary Piper Kaufman over there on the good IG streets. Listen, for everybody tapping in, tuning in. Y'all can hear me, right? Can y'all hear me clearly? Throw me some 5 signs, thumbs up, so 100s in the comments if you would. And those that are tapping in, tuning in from either IGX, formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, or Kick, come on over here to the good YouTube so you could be a part of the thing we call the chat, huh? The GMG chat. That's where everything goes down. It goes down in the chat. You hear me? Y'all come on over, but if y'all can hear me clearly, please let me know. Let me make sure I'm coming across clear to y'all. Yeah, it looked like the signal is signaling this morning. Look like the signal is right. Look like the software is softwaring this morning. Look like everything is all right. It seems like everything is goody like the mob, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Young Drez, that's what she says. Salute. Good morning to ye. Y'all do your boy a favor and share this situation with 1 to 7 of your friends. Tap in with the usual suspects, the people that might be missing and getting up late or whatever the case may be. Let them know that Big Phil speaks. It's late, but I'm still here, and we going forward with the morning show. Damn it, Jim. It's a blessing and a curse. You know what I'm saying? The curse is you say a certain time, you need to be punctual and on time, actually early. But the blessing is that if things happen to happen and you have to start it late, you have the freedom to do so. And still I'm here. I'm clear, loud and clear. Ooh, ooh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to hear. Let me see if this one video finished uploading. And it did. And it did. Good. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. I want to start this show off first and foremost by asking, how are y'all doing this morning, huh? How are y'all feeling? It's Friday, the 7th day of the month. The 7th day of the month. How are y'all feeling on this Good Friday? Some of y'all got paid yesterday. Some of y'all getting paid today. It's the weekend. Some of y'all ain't got to work tomorrow. Some of y'all ain't got to work today. And some of y'all half-ass working today. You feel me? How are y'all feeling, huh? Did you wake up feeling blessed and highly favored? No matter what it is you're going through. J Hood was goody like the mob. Good morning to ye. Did you wake up feeling like, I'm here? Yeah, I'm saying, because some people didn't make it to see the day, unfortunately. So no matter what it is you're going through, good, bad, or indifferent, no matter how much weight you feel like is on your back or on your shoulders, you're still here. You feel me? Peep scheme, wagwan brethren. You were able to open them eyes, twiddle them fingers, speak, verbalize, be productive, do some things. You have done what some people unfortunately weren't able to do upon this morning. So I ask that you go out here today and make today the best day ever. Best day ever, no matter what you're facing, no matter what you're going through. Make today the best day ever. And while you haven't added, plan, plot, and strategize that if you're so blessed to see tomorrow, guess what? You make it an even better day than today. That part, huh? Listen, what's goody like the mob? Y'all telling people to come on in, come on in. I see numbers are starting to line up from people watching from other areas and places and spaces or whatever the case may be. Y'all come on into the room. Y'all come on into the room, huh? This first video, I seen this. I was like, this here is astronomical, but it's funny at the same time. Sometimes these dance challenges ain't meant to happen. Sometimes trying to do a TikTok is not meant to happen. Sometimes your ass need to sit the figgity down and sit this one out. Same for this one here. Take it from somebody from their own persuasion and situation. Y'all check this out, would you?
Y'all look at this. No. Every one of y'all out there are built like an iPhone. And y'all, get out of that deadgum parking lot and go pet a wild animal. Put a sweater on it, take it home, and name it Ben. Do something you're normal to. Y'all are putting evidence out there we can't get back. Y'all are moving around like a wind chime in a tornado. Get out of that deadgum parking lot and go do something. What in the Caucasian is going on? It looks like you got a bunch of friends that have a stroke together. Y'all keep putting evidence out there we can't get back. That's a whole group. A whole herd of Caucasians out there that looks like y'all got into something y'all shouldn't have. Rubbing on my body. Boy, I ain't. Walk with them, Lord. Get out of the parking lot. Go talk to a manager or something. Get out of the parking lot and go back into y'all's natural habitat. The HOA. They got my left nipple hurting. Focus on my face.
Pause. Pause. When I saw that, I said I had to share that. He said, built like a damn eye fizzle. You hear me? Angela Mo. Welcome to the building, GMG. Who else we got in here? So Real TV. Media, good morning to ye. Glad to see you in here. Welcome to the GMG house where we all family here, huh? Charlie Hustle, what's goody like the mob? It's good to see you. Yeah, we in, he said, he said, pause. He said, making my nipple hurt. Bama, we didn't ask you for all that. We didn't ask you for all that, huh? We did not ask you for all. Jim Bob is right. Oh, shiggity. What was they shaking though, huh? What was they shaking? A damn hip bone? What the hell was going on with that? No disrespect to nobody of no other culture. You feel me? But if you're gonna do it, at least toot it out a little bit. If you got to do it, toot it. Even if you got a little knuckle back there, toot the knuckle out or whatever the case may be. You might not got no butt, you might not got no butt ones, but just toot the knuckle out. You know what I'm saying? Do something. You know what I'm saying? God is good all the time, Connie Baptiste. That's a fact. Peepski says shake a potato salad with raisins. This is crazy. Damn it, Jim. Listen, natural habit, man. Hey, I seen that video. I said I got to share it with my weeples. I got to share it with my peoples. I listen. I don't know what be on some people's mind, and some people just be so in tune to do things, huh? For the sake of clout, for the sake of being seen and noticed and all the things, which leads me to what today's episode is, huh? This episode is, where you at episode? Where you at episode? Oh, today's episode is, boom. Let's go here. Hold on, let me turn off the comment. This is episode 338 of them things. Everything has a price. Everything has a price. And I need you to pay attention to what you're looking at here. Us, peoples, weeples, paying for what? Fame equals you paying it with your life. Clout, paying with your soul. Mass influence, you paying with your peace. To be a pick-me, you paying with your soul times two, huh? Be careful what you're asking for. It all costs something. Oh, listen, huh? Listen, you feel me, huh? I sit back and I visualize and I contextualize and I pour into my thumbnails. I pour into my thumbnails. Hopefully y'all get the message that I'm showing. Sometimes it involves things and clips and things that are talked about here on the show, but it also has a broader sense. And hopefully y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Des and D, super, what's up? Part of that HR team. Yay. Des, I text you back or whatever. Hopefully you saw that, my brother, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yes, indeed. He said they were having spasms. They were trying to get help. To paraphrase the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Yay. Lord, have mercy. Excuse me. All I'm going to say is this. In this day and world, in this day and time, everything has a cost. Everything has a price. Whether it's something good or whether it's something bad. Not his left nipple. Yeah, y'all must be behind. That's a fact of mundo, Dad. That's a fact of mundo. Yes, indeed. When that Bama said his left nipple hurt, I was like, hold up, Slim, pause. You was on one. You was on a roll, but you lost me when you said that. He said, my left nipple hurt. Pay attention to my face. Hold up, Bama. Hold up. We got some stuff to talk about. Everybody has a price for the $1 Million Man. Yeah. What y'all know about Ted DiBiase? What y'all know about that, huh? Some of y'all, even in y'all youth, are showing y'all age, huh? Because Ted DiBiase was a part of the Four Horsemen. What y'all know about that? Who were the Four Horsemen? Somebody in the comments let me know who the Four Horsemen in wrestling was, huh? Y'all let me know. And it extends well beyond WWE or WWF. But who are the Four Horsemen? Y'all let me know. Music for God too. Good morning, darling. Yeah. Notorious, good morning to ye. GMG, huh? Y'all let me know, those that are knowledgeable, you know what I'm saying, and got a little bit of season behind them when it comes to life and or wrestling itself. Who are the four horsemen, huh? Oh, you remember that name, but not the people? What name? What people? What you talking about, Notorious? Huh? I'm lost with that one. You might have to type what people am I remembering? What are you talking about? Or not remembering, rather. Who are the four horsemen? I know the four horsemen. I know who the four horsemen is. Probably more than y'all. On Anderson, Ric Flair. You're missing one, Young Dreads. You're missing one. You're missing one. That's right, the four horsemen for wrestling. Young Dreads got it, but he missing one. Was Razor Ramon one of them? Nah, unless they added him later on. Charlie Hustle. Unless they added him later on, he wasn't part of it. I remember the four horsemen, the name, but I don't remember who. Okay. Let me break it down for y'all. It is, of course, Ric Flair, woo, the Golden Child. Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. Now, Young Dreads, it was Ole and On Anderson. Ole was the uncle, On was the nephew. Ole and On Anderson, huh? The four horsemen, yeah, who was doing it big over in NWA, and then they came over to the WWF at the time, the precursor to WWE for all you new school wrestling fans or whatever the case may be. Look, CBS said wrestling, yeah, that part, huh? My nose itch. I ain't know what you was talking about. That's it right there. Flair, Ole, On, and Tully. Listen, Ted DiBiase. Listen. Where did Steve Austin first start? That's a great question. Tully Blanchard. Hold on, Tully Blanchard wasn't before Ted DiBiase, was he? No. Hold on. Was he? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me. I got to research this real quick. Y'all pause. I'm sorry. Excuse me for the delay. Y'all look. I got to jog my memory on this one because I'm like, was Tully Blanchard was the first? Where did y'all first see that Tully Blanchard was a part of the Four Horsemen? Please let me know. Who were the original members of the Four Horsemen? Misspell horseman. Horsemen in wrestling. It does say Tully Blanchard. Y'all are right. Oh, shigadale. Look, listen, and I had it wrong. Ted DiBiase, I think, joined them later. I do apologize about that. Yeah, yes, indeed. And J.J. Dillon was their manager. That's later members who joined the group in WCW. What? Nah. That's not true because Ted DiBiase joined them before they even got to the WWF or whatever. Anyway, y'all are right. Creole Cupcake, good morning to ye. Not for live. Belling through your hood with strive for live. Good morning. I'm not seeing all the comments. I went to Lollipop and selected all messages. Maybe there's an update, Connie. Maybe you need an update. Steve Austin first started his his group was called the Heavenly Blonde. They all had long hair. I don't know when that must be after I stopped watching wrestling days. I don't know. Now, Sting, the wrestler Sting that we know, What was the name of the group that Sting used to be in way before he came to WWF and WWE? What was the duo, the tag team, that the name of the tag team that Sting was a part of? And don't be going to Google, huh? Stop Googling stuff. Frank Murphy, DC Mumbo Sauce, good Friday to you. Yes, indeed. Been watching wrestling since a youth. That's a fact. My favorite wrestler of all times, and unfortunately, after he stopped wrestling, his legacy got tainted by something he did or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna say the name first, and then I'll get into what he did. What y'all know about this right here? What y'all know about this right here? And getting up on the top turnbuckle, getting on the top turnbuckle with your hands up like this, and then flying up off the top. Who am I talking about? Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Yes, indeed. That was my favorite rapper, favorite wrestler of all times. Unfortunately, later on in life, it was alleged that he unalived his wife. I don't know if he was ever convicted of it. I think he lost his life during the battle of that situation. Matter of fact, let me Google that. Let me Google that real quick, huh? Jimmy Superfly Snuka. From the island of Fiji. Yeah, he died in 2017. I'm trying to see. Professional wrestler Jimmy Superfly Snuka was accused, arrested, and charged with third-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter in September 2025 for the May 1983 death of his 23-year-old girlfriend, Nancy Argentino. Prosecutors allege he beat her in a Pennsylvania motel room and failed to get her medical help. Golly. Damn, Snuka. They say Snuka gave changing accounts, initially claiming she fell or hit her head. They said no criminal charges were filed at the time, though Argentino's family won a civil wrongful death judgment against him in 1985. They said the case was reopened by the Lehigh County District Attorney after 2013 investigative report uncovered the original unreleased autopsy. A grand jury indicted Snuka in September 2025. The criminal case was dismissed in January 2017 because Snuka was suffering from terminal stomach cancer and dementia, and a judge ruled him mentally unfit to stand trial. He died a few weeks later. Damn it, Jim. One of the guys from the Radicals was part of the Four Horsemen too. The Radicals? Who was the Radicals? Phil, we weren't born in 1754, and neither was I, Notorious. Rashard Houston, home team. What's goody like the mob? Good to see you in the building. That's right, Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Nah, he's dead. He passed, Young Dreads. He's not still alive no more. He died in, what it said? He died January 15, 2017 at 73 years old, 23 years of age. The Blade Runners. Yeah, CBS. Now, CBS, tell the truth. You went and Googled that, didn't you? CBS, yeah, you need to tell the truth. Come clean. You had to Google that, or do you remember? Because I mentioned that before. I did mention that before on another live or space or whatever the case may be. Your favorite as well, Peep Scheme? Yes, indeed. Not Superfly Killer Snuka. Don't do that, damn it. That's kind of like the same, like Chris Benoit when he took his whole family out. Yeah. And you know what? A lot of wrestlers, just like a lot of other athletes, were taking steroids and things of that nature too. Now, I don't know if this be true in the case of Jimmy Superfly Snuka, but a lot of wrestlers and just like a lot of athletes were taking steroids to pump up and get bulk and buffed and all those things or whatever, and make themselves stronger and have more energy and all the things or whatever the case may be. And I'm not making no excuses because I don't condone no man beating on no woman or whatever the case may be. But sometimes there's a psychosis that comes along with extended steroid usage or whatever the case may be. And there's been a lot of cases reported of people mentally having manic episodes or whatever the case may be, and lashing out and doing violent acts or whatever the case may be. Allegedly. Marlon Elder, what's goody like the mob? What's goody? Phil, what was my wrestler name? I was known as Peeps Game. I was known as Big Phil Speaks, aka the Big Dada himself. Huh? Yeah. I was known as the 77th wonder of the world. You hear me? I was known as Mr. Himothy. I know Tori said lies. Remember the little people used to wrestle? That's a fact. Peeps Kid, he bugged out to my feel the knees white. My damn dog motherfucker got hair in there. Some pause. Tickling my nose. Mr. Himothy, aka the Big Don Dada. You feel me? Yeah, that's hate. Y'all be hating. You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. The Haiti Kid, I remember the Haiti Kid. All memories. Salute to that CBS leader. Dan said field name was Ankle and Crocs is crazy. That was funny. I know, I do. Connie Baptiste, I do, but it grow back so fast. Look, listen, ladies, I don't know. I know ladies, y'all get little hairs and stuff right here and may get a little frost shadow or stash. But fellas, as you get older, one thing I noticed in the ears and in the nose, the hair wants to grow crazy. I don't know what it is. The hair in your nose and in your ears. I got to take it. Pause, no diddy. But as you get older, fellas, listen, I don't know if y'all can concur because some of y'all act like y'all teenagers in here, but I don't know. Hot shot, what's goody like the mob? Psychosis also comes with getting hit with chairs going through tables in the form of CT. That's a fact. That's a fact, hot shot. Welcome to the chat. CBS says steroids and cocaine were huge in the 80s, wrestling behind the scenes. That's a fact, too. I heard that Phil used to be in a group with Rashiki, huh? Yeah. I was notorious, and my signature move was putting the walls down on somebody's head. Pause. No diddy. How about that? Yeah. Rashiki used to put his buns on people. Pause. I used to put the walls on people. Pause. No diddy. Let me stop. Men keep that groom. That's a fact, Amundo. And I do. It's just the growing back part, Connie Baptiste. Phil was either Bam Bam Bigelow or Big Boss. Y'all are bugged out. Understand something. At one point, I was an avid wrestling fan. As I got older, certain things that entertained me about it seemed to get more and more unreal and more fake as they made it more of the sport of wrestling into the entertainment conglomerate and entity that y'all see now with like WWE or whatever the case may be. It makes greater business sense for them, but for me, it tainted what we thought was the reality of wrestling to me. But hey, I don't want to ruin nobody else. Hey, Charlie Elsa, they definitely is. All the fire people left. That's a fact. Now, it wasn't until maybe a few years ago that I learned like damn near all the Polynesian people involved with wrestling were all related. were all related. And it wasn't until umpteen years ago that I realized that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was the son of wrestling great Rocky Johnson. I was like, what? So Rocky Johnson, being a brother, he got with one of the Polynesian and Samoan sisters of one of the other wrestlers, and they created Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I said, what? Not realizing that Alpha and Seeker, the Samoans, are related to the Rock Johnson. That who else? A lot of them Polynesian wrestlers are related one with another. It amazed me. I said, wow, small ass world. You hear me? Small world. Me too. Y'all remember when Saturday Night Main Event used to come on? Man, listen. Late Saturday night. Phil was partners with George the Animal Steel. At one time, they had Peep Scheme, George the Animal Steel, and Kamala, the Uganda Giant. Y'all remember Kamala Uganda? He used to smack his belly. Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson was tag team partners. That's a fact of Mundo. And at one point, Tony Atlas was known as the strongest man in the world. The strongest man in the world. That's fun facts for people that don't know. Yeah, man, Charlie, I didn't know this till more recently. I said, get the hell out of here. The young brother, the Uso brothers and all that, all related to The Rock. Keisha Hall can have herself a ball if her assets are in order. Good morning to ye. Not kaboom. Guess who stepped in the room? To Kyle. What you know about that, Keisha Hall? What you know? They all related. That's a fact of Mundo. Just some fun facts. I know some of y'all like, man, I don't watch no damn wrestling. What the hell Phil on this morning? What he talking? I know some of y'all ain't into wrestling before. For a young boy as I was, wrestling was a thing, huh? We used to put down mattresses. We used to find mattresses and have wrestling matches on the mattresses outside, ladies and gentlemen. Some hood shiggity. Now, we ain't get no pissy mattress. But we used to get mattresses, put them outside, and have our own WWF matches back in the day. So I'm trying to tell you. The ingenuity of kids. The kids these days don't know nothing about none of that. If it ain't part of a video game system, they don't know shiggity about being outside, even as a child and a youth, and enjoying your imagination and the creation of things. And maybe not having it all monetarily, but being able to creatively put together a full experience that lasts you for years until your dying days. The memories of those childhood things that you did, or whatever the case may be. A lot of these children, the only thing they're gonna have is memories. Remember when I went viral, when I streamed me going through Call of Duty. Remember when I got to level 4,593 on Fortnite. Remember when I got my ass beat because I snuck my mama's credit card so I could get some Robux for Roblox. Remember? That's the only thing they gonna know. J Hood Rico, cousins, uncles, all that. Lady Cosanita, good morning to ye. Villa Dupree was goody like the ma. You used to Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Bow Wow Wows, yeah, CBS, that part. You feel me? Used to be in the house hitting that hard ass floor, jumping off the armrest of the couch. Yeah, hot shot. These kids these days ain't gonna, man, back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. I wish that oops, I'm keep hitting the thing. I wish that kids would venture outside and make some experiences. And I know it's more and more people you got to be mindful of, and you got to be really watchful. Even more so. You had to be watchful then, but even more so now than then, or whatever the case may be. But I wish kids would just experience life. You feel me? Outside of social media and really, because a lot of these kids are very socially awkward. I know a lot of times people that be on the spectrum, false autism and other things, some get labeled as socially awkward or whatever the case may be. But there's some people that have never been diagnosed with nothing that are very socially awkward because they don't know how to converse with people in real life. They don't know how to act or interact with people in real life, or they're emulating these skits, reels, and lives of people in the way that they talk and say that they maneuver in the real world, and they take that and put that costume on and go outside and try to interact one with another. And I'm not just talking about in relationship or courting or dating. I'm talking about just with everyday interactions with people. And it's sad. I just wish kids could be kids and go out and play. You feel me? Now, how many trees and fences I fell off? Damn it. Facts, Phil. We made wrestling belts out of aluminum foil and cardboard. That's a fact. That's a fact, Des. Listen, sure did. Oh, Lord. Sure did, man. It was pissy, but y'all didn't know about. We made sure we didn't get the stained up Jones. We ain't I know one time my boy got in trouble because he pulled his actual mattress off his bed. He pulled his actual mattress off the bed and pulled it out in the backyard. His mother came home and whooped his tail, boy. He brought his own mattress out the house and put it in the backyard. And we was wrestling in the backyard on the mattress that went to his bed. Man, did she wear his ass out? You hear me? Today's children not built like us. Today, them paper soft. That's a fact. That's a fact. Some of these kids don't even know nothing about falling down on a bicycle trying to learn how to ride a bicycle. Hot Shot says too effed up outside now. Got to look out for adults and children now. Can't ride your bike to the other side of the city to play all day no more. That's a fact, Hot Shot. That's a fact. That's a fact, Amundo. And to me, the difference is on days of older now because, like I said, and I always tend to come back to this thing. We were a community. So people looked out for communities. Even if you was in somebody else's community, they looked out for the youngers outside playing. They paid attention. This day and age, ain't nobody wanting to pay attention. Don't give a damn. To make my children and half-ass paying attention to their children or whatever the case may be, which makes it easier for these sickos or whatever the case may be to do what they do as far as snatching children up and doing things or whatever the case may be. When there's lack of attention, when there's lack of vigilance, people paying attention to what's going on in the surroundings, people prey on that and prey on the ones that are most susceptible to be victims in certain situations or whatever the case may be. Maybe our GMG barbecue will remove social awkwardness as we can all be amongst each other. Look, Keisha Hall, I hope so, because some of y'all probably going to be awkward then. Some of y'all, Keisha Hall, if she do come, she going to be, I'm not going to tell y'all who I am. You know how y'all, Scales, not letting mine off the block alone. Look, I respect it. How about jumping on the brand new furniture, man? Listen. How many stinking dog chasers, man? Listen. Oh, my God. I remember, I think I told this story before, but down the block, around the corner, we used to ride our bikes all over the place, through alleys or whatever the case may be. And there was this one alley we would never want to go down because it was a pair of Doberman pinchers. I ain't even seen a Doberman pincher in years, but Doberman pinchers, and they were notorious for coming after people, whatever. Sometimes the gate would be open, and sometimes this, that, and the third. So me and my best friend at the time, Zeke, we would riding our bikes through the neighborhood and went through this alley, and we was like, we're gonna go this way. You sure we gonna go? Yeah, we ain't gonna go all the way around. We gonna go through this alley. Zeke got through the alley first, and I'm coming up right behind him. All of a sudden, out of my peripheral, I see the two Dobermans. They ain't come through the gate. They jumped over the damn gate, and Doberman pinches are fast as a mother. I was on my bike like, but yeah, dogs, man. Listen, what was a neighborhood without a dog chasing you at some point in time? You feel me? 100. And now you can't say nothing to somebody badass kid without it turning into like, man, I'll tell a kid, get your ass out the street. I'll tell a kid, get your ass the hell up out the street. You feel me? Get your ass up out the streets, now, yeah. He got an orange star by his name. I don't see that. Maybe because he's a subscriber. Keisha Hall. Speaking of which, if y'all believe in the movement, y'all can join the subscription. There's different levels of joining. If you would, you don't have to, but if you want to, it's there for you to do so. Whatever the case may be, GMG, we going places. The Good Morning Gang is getting bigger, better than ever, huh? Listen, organically. You hear me? Hold on. Anyway, for those that are tapping in and tuning in from any of these platforms, do your boy the honor and the favor of coming over here to YouTube and hitting that thumbs up. Book up while you at it. If you have not done so yet, hit that subscribe button. Book up. More importantly, do me a favor, hit that notification bell, something like this. I ain't got the sound effect loaded up on this one right here, but so you be in the know whenever the Good Morning Gang morning show drops. Whenever Feel the Love Friday drops, which is tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The adults come to party. Whenever the Tap In with Big Phil Speaks happens. Or anything else that I put on this good Big Phil Speaks channel. What? Yeah, we in the building. We used to play tag. It would be like 15 of us. We running around like 2 blocks. Listen, there's tag, hide and go get it, 7-Eleven, chase and beat up. Now, chase and beat up, I think I've told this story before. I don't know if y'all call it anything else in other jurisdictions, but we started playing this when I moved up. When I moved up to Summer Hills in Maryland or whatever. Chase and beat up, and Summer Hills is it's not a project area, but it had some elements of it at times. And some buildings were worse than others, or whatever the case may be. But I would never call it a project area or whatever, right? It was affordable housing or whatever. But we used to play chase and beat up. And what it was, some of the older homies would chase. We got a chance. We had to play within a certain perimeter, whether it was in one building, around one building, or around a couple. They would set up the perimeters. Or you had X amount of time to run off and hide. If they find you, they going at your body. Pause. They tightening you up. At the time, I might have been 10, 11, somewhere over there, 9, 10, 11. And like the kids that was like 13, 14 or whatever, y'all got X amount of seconds to get gone. And back then I was fast as a bug, but I would and hide. And it was certain bushes and places we would hide or whatever the case would be, on buildings, behind stuff and all kind. Listen, and if they caught you, they was going to your body. But it was all in fun though. It was they used to call it tap can. Okay. Peepskin, he used to play chase and hump. That's what High and Go Get It was about. Yeah. Pause. No daddy. Lady Coach Anita said I was a tomboy. I love Scully. Yeah. Chase and hunt. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days even with How I Go Get It, right, it's funny, right? Because the girls, they would run and hide or whatever the case may be. And some girls, when they see you getting close, they be like, don't get me, but stop and let themselves get got. Pause. Thinking back, of course it was something the kids shouldn't have been doing. Of course, right? Shouldn't have been doing, right? Let me get that disclaimer. However, it's funny, right? The girls will go hide, same way as in hide, go seek, or chase and beat up, or whatever the case may be. They would hide, and if you got close to where they was, some of them would run off, run, and some would run and be like, don't get me, but they'll stop so you can get them or whatever. It's the funniest thing. They was giving y'all put on, but not putting y'all down. Right, hot shot. We was getting. It was a different part of a jump in or whatever the case may be. One chase and beat up was it was almost like a rite of passage or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to see who was tough, who was going to take the body shots, who was going to punk out, not play no more, and all that or whatever the case may be. This is the same neighborhood. That when I moved from uptown DC out here, on my first day living out this joint, they was playing. My house was on the first floor, and my back door was to the area where a lot of people played at or whatever the case may be. So we used to play stickball and or baseball by my window. My bedroom window got busted one time because somebody, we was playing and somebody missed and hit my window or whatever. But they was playing football out there, and my mom said, "You want to go outside to play?" I said, "Yeah, I want to go outside and play." Me being the new kid in the neighborhood, right? They wanted to see what I was made of. And they was playing football. You want to play? Yeah, I want to play. So they was playing throw up tackle. Now, I never forget. Juan, hopefully you still good. They threw me the ball on purpose. They threw me the ball on purpose, and I was running that jump. I was ducking and Juan hit me with a roadblock. My legs went that way, my head went that way, and I left off of the grass and hit my head on the metal grate that was on concrete. Ping! And I was like, they was like, "You gonna be all right? Get up, you all right?" And I got up and went right back to it. I went up right. They said, "Oh yeah, Phil cool. Phil, he all right. He all right." For that morning, I was in like Flint or whatever. But I ain't gonna tell you, they rung my bell that day. Pause. No Diddy. I hit that motherfucking grate. We played catch and kiss with the females. That's what y'all called it, catch and kiss? Well, I was just about to say that big field with the girls. We call that hump tag. Okay. Different names for different places, but all the same things. A lot of parents probably will kill me today. You said that explains everything. Yeah, I think I might have been 10 years old at that time, whatever the case may be. and then some of the older kids, the teenagers, same ones they used to chase and beat up, they used to play coaches. We used to play throw up tackle all the time, but then we used to play teams, and they set out, they would map out a whole bracket. They would have a whole bracket of teams or whatever. And the teams, the coaches made their own name for the teams, but we got to have the numbers of our favorite players and names of the favorite players on our jersey. Mine was 33, Tony Dorsett all day. You hear me? And they would devise little plays, and then the team wouldn't be more than like three, four people on each team, maybe 5. But we used to play against the other teams or whatever. And at the end, they would have a championship. And again, they made the belts out of aluminum foil and cardboard or whatever the case. But those are fun. Cotton candy. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning to ye. Listen. Vibes with J Baby. What's goody like the mob? Good to see you, huh? Come on over to the good YouTube, huh? John Blackstar Hughes, what's good? Fats, Dewans, taking risks. NYC Pap, what's good? Y'all come on over. Dreamy Wonders, Black the Beast. Y'all come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you, huh? Listen, huh? Do 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 do. Let me take this off so they can see me better over on the IG while they there. I noticed when I had this on, it changes the dynamics of how they can see me over yonder. Anywho, as I was saying, back in the days when I was young, man. Back in the days when we were young. Used to like when your sister's friends used to stay over. Yeah, that part. Yeah, that's a better layout. People can see me better over on the IG street. So I'll leave it like this or whatever the case may be. Sorry about that IG. My bad. Because a lot of IG was seeing this much of me while I'm talking because of the frame or whatever. So it was making it show it that way on IG or whatever. So we gonna have at it. Oh yeah, peeps game. Now it wasn't until I got to California that I got to experience sisters' friends staying over. You feel me? It was not until I went to California that I got to experience sisters' friends. I tell a story that my older sister, her best friend stayed the night purposely when I first got there. Purposely. Lord have mercy. Listen, back in the days when we was young, I'm not a kid anymore. I don't want to tell no stories because she's in a whole nother life now, doing big things or whatever the case may be. And she got offended because I posted a certain picture of her back then with my older sister who passed on or whatever the case may be. And I did it out of remembrance for the friendship as well as the moment and my sister or whatever the case may be. But nevertheless, beautiful young woman at the time, beautiful young woman who has grown into a gorgeous woman who's doing big things or whatever. But yeah, come to find out that, you know, as me and my dad, because for those that don't know, me and my dad was out of my life from approximately when I was a year and a half old to about when I was 12 going on 13 or whatever the case may be, right? And so in the re-getting to know each other type of thing, he sent pictures of him, my then stepmother, my siblings, etc., to me, and pictures of me was sent to him or whatever the case may be. So my sister's best friend at the time, I'm not going to say her name, my sister's best friend had seen my picture and was like, "Oh, who is that?" She said, "Oh, that's my brother. Oh, when he coming out here? Oh, he's supposed to be coming out here for the summer." Because first I went out there for the summer or whatever the case may be, right? And when I was there, she was there. She was at the house. Like, she was invited over to stay over. Come to find out, she used to stay over all the time. But on this auspicious time, she was invited over. Well, my sister had her come to stay over, whatever the case may be. And needless to say, yeah. Anyway, it's funny though. You know what's funny? My dad, God bless the dead, he introduced me to what would become my girlfriend, Barbara, who lived across the street from me or whatever the case may be. He wanted me to meet her. That's the crazy part about it. He wanted me to meet her, but then when we got into each other, he was hating, boy. He did not want me spending time with that girl. My sister doing good, Dad. She doing good. She be tapping in and whatnot. She be doing good. She's a grandmama now, huh? She's a grandmama now. Like, I can't even imagine my little sister being a grandmother. But hey, it is what it is, right? It got beautiful grandbabies too. Good, my beautiful grand niece and nephew. You feel me? The dog is crazy. But yeah, he introduced me to Barbara or whatever, and she just came up to the car. She said, "Barbara, I want you to come over here and meet my son. This is Junior. This is my son, Philip Junior. He was from Ohio, but he stayed out in California, so he had a little bit of more of a twang to. He said, "Come over here and meet my son, Philip Junior." And she just came over just a cheesing and grinning, and I'm looking at her just smiling like, oh, you feel me? If horny, I ain't nobody horny. I was like, yeah, no, listen. I was like, yeah. And me and Barbara end up hitting it off. Me and Barbara end up hitting it off. And this is the same girlfriend that I've told the story that when me and my dad clashed and bumped heads and was about to get real physical, my stepmother, they ain't never asked me to go over there. She said, go on over to Barbara's house right now. Go on. And this is the same girlfriend whose I said mother caught us, at least outside the door, doing the wild thing or whatever. The wall was knocking. The wall was going because she had wood paneling in her room, but her mother loved me even years later. And when me and Barbara was speaking, she would make her daughter come across the street and get me to come sit down to eat dinner with them. She wanted me to marry her daughter at my young ass age. She wanted us to be. Hold on, let me send this over to myself so I can upload this real quick. I seen something in the comments. I might as well have at it. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna save that for later on. I'm gonna save it for Field of Love. Keisha Hall said, Phil, you've been real horny lately. Then you posted that girlfriend application on IG. You ready to release the ball walls? I already know tonight is going to be a good show. Yeah, I'm going to save that for the night show. I'm going to save that for the night show. Ain't nobody been horny. I've been chilling. What you talking? Yeah, Lady Coach Anita Barbara. I was in Barbara's bedroom. You should have seen me in Barbara's bed. And that's the crazy part about it. I think that song either had just came out or was out before that or came out. Yeah. Don't tell Barbara what I'm doing. Oh, she might not let me in her door. Yeah, it's an old song by Whistle, which were comprised of some of the younger brothers of the group UTFO of the Roxanne saga, whatever the case may be. Don't tell my life is through and she might not give me any more. Oh, I was in Barbara's bedroom. You should have seen me in Barbara's bedroom. Anywho, I'm up here reminiscing, telling stories and all of the things or whatever from my past or whatever the case may be. And hopefully you all can summarily relate in your own experiences of how you grew up, things you did, things you ain't had no business doing and things you enjoyed doing, and just the fond memories of being outside and being children, being teenagers, young adults up until your present day and time or whatever the case may be. You missed a few questions. Listen, I could only squeeze and pause. I could only squeeze it, but so much. That's what she said. Pause. No, daddy. Yeah, Cali girls, peeps game. Yes, listen, man. No, man. If only y'all knew, boy. If only y'all knew. You didn't ask if them rubber knees and ankles. If they rub knees and ankles is crazy. But yeah, boy. The Yay area. From Hayward to Oakland. Boy, listen. I'll tell you this. Coming from D.C., you were used to mainly black people. Small inkling, some white folks, some Hispanic folks, not as much as now, and a couple sprinkling of other cultures or whatever, especially when I moved to Montgomery County for the couple years I lived up there or whatever, when I lived in Summer Hills. I really was, kind of, I was around other cultures as well because the school I went to, Woodland and then Woodside, even Piney Branch Middle School had other cultures or whatever, other races and cultures in it too. Woodside being the school that I went to with Dave Chappelle and his brother being in my class or whatever the case may be. But California, when I moved to the Bay Area, opened up my my experience, my view, my understanding of other people and cultures of even deeper Mexican and Latino culture. Polynesian culture by way of Samoan, Fijian, Tongan, and the like, and Hawaiian, Vietnamese culture. Who else? Let me think. Some white too. But just about any nationality you can think of was in and around the Bay Area, especially in Hayward or whatever where I lived at or whatever the case may be. You had various cultures or whatever the case may be, and most people weren't stuffy on not interacting with each other. You had some people that didn't want, or some parents that didn't want their kids playing with this or that, but it wasn't heavy like that during the time or whatever the case may be. And you had a lot of areas where a lot of people got along or whatever. Nah, I don't think I'm older than Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, I think, is like a year older than me. Either that, he was a grade ahead of me. I'll tell you that much. Let me see. Is Dave Chappelle? Oh, it does say he's younger than me. I don't know how he was a year ahead of me though. He does says he was born in 73 and I was born in 72. Wow, I didn't know that. Well, I don't know how the hell he got behind, because his brother is my age. Hold up, nah, Sadar is his young. I don't know how he got in my class then. I'll say that. I don't know how that worked, but Dave was definitely he was in Mr. Blackman's class, and Mr. Blackman's class at the time was a 5th grade class, or was it a multi-level class? And I was in Mr. Henderson's class. Me and his brother Sadar was in Mr. Henderson's homeroom. Dave was in, if I can remember correctly, was in Mr. Blackman's class or whatever. You was right, young Dre. Yeah, it said 73. I don't know how that was possible, unless we were all in gifted and talented. So maybe Dave got skipped a grade. I don't know, because he damn sure was in Mr. Blackman's class. I remember it like it was yesterday. And Sadar goes by another name now, whatever the case may be. But Sadar and Dave look nothing alike. They look like apples and oranges. Sadar, Dave, you see how Dave look: brown skin, tall, bald now, whatever the case may be. Sadar's light skin like me, used to wear spectacles, glasses, or whatever the case may be. A little shorter, or whatever the case may be. Two definitely different looking brothers that were actually brothers or whatever. You said them snow bunnies are different. Anywho, enough of my rambling or whatever the case may be. Enough of that. Enough of that. We gonna move on. I could be all day with the stories. I could listen. I could be all day with them. But where do I want to go next? Where do we go from here, my love? For all you, hold on. Do I want to play this? Nah. For all you avid weed connoisseurs, marijuana enthusiasts and specialists, I want y'all to listen to what this brother said. It's definitely ringing true. And y'all be careful out here, because I think in which some things are being harvested and cultivated and made and chemically combined at a molecule level, that some of the intent behind it might have a dubious nature or whatever. Y'all listen to this brother, huh? Dez, don't get mad at me.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says. This weed is not it. And that's why there's a big ass push for people to quit right now, because it has been engineered to kill and cause psychosis. There's no need for it to have a 50% THC in there and no CBD. The plant needs balance. It's out of balance, which is why it smells like gas, because the plant is aggravating and it's calling for the fucking bugs to cull it out of the gene pool. The shit has been engineered. First, it started as the California Hemp Initiative, and then the Rockefellers came in and bought it out with brought in 215, Prop 215. So they can engineer it, and they can engineer it to do exactly what it's doing right now, cause psychosis. You need CBD in the plant, and these THC percentages are just too fucking high, bro. Like, it's close to a fucking shroom trip some of these times. It's getting that fucking strong. It's like they're engineering this shit to kill you.
Listen, Charlie Hustle said I'm paying tribute to Bob Marley right now. No woman, no cry. Listen, Peepski said that THCA BS. Listen, a law is passed. I think I talked about it on here. But in Texas, oh my God. In Texas, if you got Delta 8, Delta 10, THCA, and there's something else, you going to get some time on your ass, boy. Don't matter if it's flour, oil that they use in vapes or whatever the case, or anything else, edibles or whatever the case may be. They passed the law that if you got up to a gram, now, mind you, in Texas, weed ain't fully legal or whatever yet, or whatever, right? But if you get caught with up to a gram, I think it's from 6 months to 2 years a time and up to a $10,000 fine, up to 4 grams. That's for all you KD buyers, all them 3-5 buyers. You know what I'm talking about? Up to 4 grams, you can get up to, what is it? Up to 10 years or some shit like that. 2 years to 10 years and the $10,000 fine. And if you got up to from 4 grams up to, I forget how, almost up to 400 grams, it's like 20 years or some shit. And then over 400 grams, your ass getting up to a life sentence. I said, they playing. I mean, they not playing. Thank you for the jewels. Thank you for the gifts. I thank y'all. Appreciate that. Yeah, peeps. I said, God damn it. I said, they are not playing. I said, they trying to fill them new facilities or whatever the case may be. But the problem is, it ain't so much the Delta 9, Delta 8, but they say Delta 9, I think is still, long as it's under a certain percentage, it's still legal, whatever, right? But it ain't so much of the Delta 8, the Delta 10, and THCAs and all that. But the loophole, because a lot of people, I ain't going to tell a secret, but some people were labeling something else as THCA so they can get it through something. And people not knowing didn't know how to deal with it or whatever the case may be. So they was letting certain things pass through certain things. I'll leave that there, right? But the problem is this. The problem is, like the young man spoke in the video, they're chemically combining strains and tweaking with the DNA of weed to make it way more potent. Lady Costanita, you have a good one. I see you tonight if you can make it. But they're tampering with the natural genetics of marijuana as we know it, hemp as we know it, and other cannabinoid or cannabis-related products or whatever the case may be, which is causing, along with them spraying it with Fenty and other K2 spices and other things to enhance and or cause a greater euphoria or a greater psychotic episode or whatever the case may be. And what I've noticed is people have started, not everybody, so please don't get offended, not everybody, but a lot of people, depending on what they getting, who they getting it from, have become like junkies, have become almost crackheadish to a certain degree or whatever the case may be. In needing it more and more in their life, needing it more and more than your average smoker, more than your pothead. Remember back in the days they would call people potheads or whatever the case may be, or weed heads. This is a little bit deeper than the weed heads you knew from the neighborhood or somebody that was chiefing all day or whatever the case may be. It causes people to have a super dependency on it, a need to get it. And I've seen some people, especially the youngins, act like they on crack in the the manner in which they wanted to go about getting it, stealing, soliciting themselves and other things or whatever the case may be. And it's just like, damn. They said, my smoke good. I'm old school. I don't need all that on my, yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't know from whence they getting their smoke from. They don't know from whom they really purchasing and see your supplier and their supplier a lot of times don't care. They just see the dollars. They see the volume, moving the volume, they see the money. They don't care about the end of it all, or the, you know, the fruit that it may bear or whatever. So some of them are willing to get the sprayed weed. Some of them are willing to get the tainted weed or whatever the case may be. And I ain't gonna lie, you know, a lot of people want the higher potency strains or whatever the case may be, because some people want to get lit, some people want to get stuck, but others just want to medicate. Some people want to chill, some people want to take it to release tension, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis and aches and pains or whatever the case may be. That's why the brother was talking about CBD is needed to be in weed, because it takes away from the natural properties of helping people to deal with, to tolerate pain management, and to get over or get through medical issues or whatever the case may be, without using harsh pills and pills that lie to you and or don't tell you, or you got to read the very small fine print as to the side effects or whatever the case may be. Times have definitely changed. CBS said Nancy Reagan was right. It has preservatives in it now that the Chinese make. A bag of Reggie and I'm good. Peachkey, you know good way you ain't smoking no Reggie. Peachkey said, bread better move. Yeah, when I saw that report, I said, God. And that became effective, I think, in July. The law that I'm talking about became effective in July. I'm like, good God. Jakari, what's good? I see you over there on the IG streets. Wingy Krumas, Elijah Lovell, Shadow, Get Money Gut, Nuke Star, what's goody? TJ Keller, Cleo. I'm over on the good IG streets. Y'all come on over. Why don't you, huh? Listen, be careful, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to preach and say what you should or should not be doing. That's your life to bear, right? Whatever it is you indulge in, just do it responsibly. Do it responsibly and pay attention to who it is you get these things from, or whatever the case may be, and how they are, what their demeanor is. Do they, you know, everybody's chasing a dollar, but you know, you got to be mindful, because you don't want to end up on the shiggity end of a stick. Pause, no diddy, when it comes to you just wanting to have a good time, or, you know, self-medicate or whatever the case may be. You don't want that to happen on your life or whatever the case may be. Let me erase this off here because I don't need this. Delete. All right, bomb. I can't remember what this one was. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. There's a story. There's a story of a situation. Appreciate that, Jakar. Appreciate that. There's a story of a young black girl that's not a story, but a video that's going viral on these internet streets. I refuse to play it. Of this young black girl that ends up in her so-called friend's house. She was lured over to her friend's house. Her friends, or whoever they are, all Caucasian or whatever the case may be. And they weren't trying to let her leave. They were beating up on her. They got her drunk. And some of her medical conditions, she has epilepsy and some other things. Alcohol doesn't do good with her system or whatever. They got her overindulged or made her drink, or she drunk on her own. That part of the story, I don't know, or whatever the case may be. But once she got drunk, allegedly, as the story I'm hearing, that they had some people do stuff to her, and was charging the people to do stuff to her, or whatever the case may be, and that they was beating up on her in the video, or whatever the case may. Pissed me pissed me the hell off. I don't know if this girl got brothers. I don't know if she got male cousins or older female cousins or whatever the case may be. But these young ladies have been exposed, have definitely been exposed on Facebook or whatever the case may be. I think from what this video I'm about to play shows, that she is now about to seek criminal action against the ladies, because before her memory was off and she didn't have clarity on everything that went on. So it would have been kind of like her word against theirs, and she didn't have no proof till somebody, one of them girls, released this video for whatever reason, released this video like dumbasses. Just like this, just like this title here. Like dumbasses. Everything has a price. Be careful what you're asking for. It all costs something. One of them dumbass, evil ass girls released a video of what they did to the girl, whatever the case may be. Now that the girl has the video evidence, she's going to seek the authorities to file a case against these ladies or whatever the case may be. I want y'all to check this video out. This is by Secret Service Sam. You might know him because he covers the Carmelo Anthony situation. He covers Nolan Wells, R.I.P. He covers that situation or whatever the case may be. Y'all check this out. We're going to talk about it.
Sam here with an update on the woman who was getting beat up by the 3 white girls in the bedroom. Her name is Audrey Mazarik. She says, "Hey everyone, I'm Audrey. I'm the girl who got beat. I am doing okay now. I did get rushed to the hospital after that incident with a blood alcohol level of 3 times the legal limit. Police, in fact, did show up to that apartment. Police did, in fact, show up to that apartment. I guess when I got stable in the hospital, the nurses said I went to Riley's neighbor at her apartment and knocked, and the neighbors called the ambulance. I had a swollen eye. I had a scrape on my face. I had a goose egg on my side of my head. I had rug marks on my waist from when they dragged me upstairs. I do have epilepsy, so that amount of alcohol could have been fatal, or I could have had a stroke. I did have a seizure in the hospital from being hit in my head. I suffered mentally, physically, and emotionally that night. They know how I am on alcohol. They know my body don't do well with alcohol, which is why they waited for me to be completely intoxicated before they attacked me. But overall, I'm doing okay. A day after that incident, I did take a pregnancy test, which came up positive. I did, in fact, welcome a baby girl 2 weeks ago, and she has changed my life and the way I go about things. I no longer drink. My baby saved me from self-destruction, and I am speaking to my counselor tomorrow to hopefully help me pursue charges, because they did almost take my life that day. I was completely almost unconscious, the nurses told my grandma. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed I let myself get to that point, but I completely changed and am no longer speaking to them. The day I speak to their faces will be in court. That incident happened back in November, and because I didn't remember the fight, I didn't pursue with charges, because it would have been hard to get them in trouble if I couldn't remember anything. But with the video, I have all the proof I need, and my counselor said even though it was 9 months ago, I could still carry out with getting them to be held accountable, so that is what I'm definitely going to do. Audrey, we are so glad to hear that you're doing okay, and I think this is a very brave admission that you make here. A lot of us suffer from alcohol or drug problems, but the important part is you found your way and you got sober. Congratulations on your beautiful baby, and we are glad to hear that you're doing okay, but we need justice for you, and a lot of people out there want to see those girls held accountable, because regardless of if you drank, a lot of people get drunk, but their friends don't do that to them. So we hope you're well. We wish your baby the best. Take care of yourself. Let us know if you need anything. Secret Service Sam out Samson for president of the world.
Listen, it's the video is very triggering and should be triggering of all peoples, no matter what your race, color, creed, orientation is. It should be triggering on multiple levels for anybody that views it. Should nobody have been treated like the young girl's been treated? Again, whether she was partying, whether she was indulging, whether she was drinking and she had no business drinking, or whatever the case may be, none of that matters when it comes to what they did on the tail end of that. None of that holds any bearing as to why they was filming themselves torturing and abusing that girl. That's a fact, Connie Baptiste. And something definitely needs to be done about it. Like I said, I don't know if this girl, I don't know what her home life is or was. I don't know if her parents are in her life. I don't know if she has any other family members. I don't know if she got older sisters, siblings, cousins, or whatever the case may be. But if this happened to my female cousin, it's up. It's a problem. If it happened to my sister, it's up and it's a problem. It's Ashanti. What's good? Come on over into the good YouTube. If it happened to anybody I'm cool with, it's up and it's a problem. Hell, it don't even have to be along racial lines. It could be somebody of the same race. It's up and it's a problem. The problem is we in a messed up world where a lot of people sensibilities are off. When it comes to the BS that they do, the desensitized or naivete or the mental instability of knowing or deducing or realizing right from wrong, and or the common sense to know that if you're going to do something wrong and you show it or talk about it or tell it, that it can come back to bite you in your ass. And the bold brazenness to feel like filming somebody being beat, tortured, R-worded, or anything else, and then placing it on social media is cool, hip, or the thing to do, or lit, or any of the terms. Which leads into the reason why I titled this show episode 338 of them things. Everything has a price. Be careful what you're asking for. It all costs something. And if you pay attention to the thumbnail, and as people are willing to pay money, but not realizing the true cost of what it is they're paying for in wanting these things. Fame equal your life. Clout equal your soul. Mass influence equals your peace. To be a pick-me is your soul time. It costs your soul times two. Some be like, Phil, Big Phil, you tripping, Big Phil. Excuse me, you stretching it. It ain't that serious. It ain't that serious, Big Phil. But it is. Oh, but it is. But it is. Because we in a day and age where people don't think about the things that they post. Don't think about the things that they say and do. Don't think that the things that they say out their mouth have repercussions. Will do damn near any and everything. Destroy their character. Destroy their family name, their legacy. Cheapen their worth. Or in not knowing their worth will get online and present themselves as a whole ass up out here. For the sake of attention, clout, what they perceive to be fame or influence, for opportunity, for love, or what they think love is, and all of the things. True Jim, what up, Love Wine? All of the things. Not realizing that everything has a price to pay. Everything has a cost. Everything. And I hate to say it, Our young ones, our youth are the ones that are really paying the price for all this bullshittery. Some of us adults are too. Some of us adults are too. And I don't mean you got to be my age to feel that way. Thank you for the gift and the jewels. I appreciate that. Creole, I appreciate that. You don't, people don't, let me say this, don't understand the full weight of some of what they say or what they do. The ramifications in the here and now, the ramifications in the later on, and more importantly, the ramifications of the here and after. And they don't understand that what you selling out for, what are you really gaining? What you're gaining, is it life lasting? Is it long lasting? Would it speak well of you once you off this earth? Or will it tarnish or stain your name, identity, your legacy, your character here and now and when you pass on? A lot of people, they subscribe to, sign up to, are earnestly, eager to be a part of things, to be seen, to be heard, but they don't understand everything that comes with it. They're not reading the invisible ink that's on the wall, the writing on the contracts, the obvious telltale signs, or the things. And they jump out windows, no parachute, no cape, no bungee cord, no nothing, from the 1,000th floor, proverbially. Jump out the window head first and wonder why they done smashed themselves into oblivion, proverbially. And the crazy part about it is, some of us parents, some of us adults encourage our youth to do the dumb shit. Hell, some of us are doing the dumb shit and giving example to the youngins to do the dumb shit. And I get it. Some of the adults didn't come from places or homes where they were taught better. But then some know better, and some knew better and lost their way somewhere along the way. And some are just so enticed by this social media age that they just got to have it all by any means necessary. By any means necessary. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. I'm trying to make sure. Oh, yeah. This next video is indicative of everything I'm speaking on, and the stupidity in young adults, teenagers, and the audacity, the delusions of grandeur, the mental instability in some folks, or the reckless abandon and posting shit on the internet, not realizing what it can do to you because you feel like you're the man or you're the woman, or I'm lit, or I got it going on, or I got the bag, I'm getting to the bag, or this person, that person like me, love me, or I'm getting the eye of this influencer or this celebrity, or I'm invited on this show, or I got this part, or whatever the case may be, or this lifestyle that I've always wanted to live, I'm able to live it up now. You wonder what I'm talking about? Watch this Bama ass shit here. I don't have the this Bama here thing uploaded into this platform, but this Bama right here definitely gets this award, huh? Y'all check this out, would you?
So I swipe the debit card information in. All the information goes straight to my phone.
Educational purposes only.
After I do that, I grab the blank, swipe it through. The information that's came from the debit card to the blank. Now I can go to the ATM, go to Louis Vuitton store, I can go anywhere I want with the blank band because I've transferred the information from the debit card over to the blank. So
wow.
I had already broke it down to y'all on the podcast how you're able to get the pin codes and shit for the cards. That's basically just going through the process of getting the OTP bot. Once you get the pin code and shit, you're gonna be green. So swipe the card, debit card, put it on the blank. You have the pin code 1234-4256. Go to the ATM, go to Louis Vuitton store, swipe that shit, you get cashed out, man. Hey, look,
Go yard.
So boom, this is with the blank shit, man. I'm finna basically hit a play live in front of y'all real quick. For a debit card, man. You feel what I'm saying? So, all right, boom. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
You're breaking it down, guys.
Hey, look. So
Y'all wanted to see behind the scenes. You heard him on the podcast. Now you see how he move for real.
Let's say, hey, look, man. Yeah, y'all see this shit. You feel what I'm saying? We got the best of the best. The nice high rise downtown, water view, racks. Just came with some bitches last night. Had like 6-7 bitches in the section that I got for free. You know what I'm saying? Hey, something I learned. The richer that you get, the more free shit that you get.
Yeah. The more your face card stands better than your credit card when you one of the ones.
Oh God,
y'all got to know that.
Man.
Yeah.
So look, all right, man. Let me hit a quick play for you real quick. Hold on, man. Come over here real quick, man. So look, boom. So let's say I got your card info, right? Boom, I go in there, link a new card.
You're breaking it down, man. Boom. You see the racks.
Once I link the new card, man, you basically type in all the information right here on Cash App. And you can see it right because my screen got a like privacy screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
You type in all the info right here. Let me type in this info real quick. We finish 30K play, right?
30K?
30K.
30K to the scalp.
All right, boom.
You see the views.
Let's do it. Y'all see 30,000.
30,000 ad.
Face ID.
Face ID.
That's
You
it.
add it. You see that? Oh man.
We going crazy, man.
What?
And some people in their ignorance be like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. However, the reality of it is, he's telling on himself. That's a fact of mundo. That's a problem. In my day and age, you might have told a couple of your homies and you still was kind of risking certain things. If some of them get pinched and they want to snitch on you. But now with social media, people are telling on themselves on a mass level to the multitudes of people. And two, what you're doing, you're destroying your ability to hustle the way that you're hustling. Or scam the way you scamming or doing what you're doing. But more importantly, you incriminating your dumb ass self for local, state, and federal charges. In this case, federal. This fun dummy will get caught up at some point. I'm not wishing jail on nobody. But this fun dummy is going to get caught up at some point. Showing those blank cards is enough for a charge. Showing the skimmer is enough for a charge. Showing somebody how to load up money in one of these accounts is all that money he's showing. Showing his face, not even having a mask covering his face for his identity's sake. Like who the hell, who sent you? How was you raised? And even if you say, man, I come from an environment where I had to get it how I live and all those things, okay, cool. And you had to get out from under, okay, cool. You got out from under. So now you sit out here and incriminate yourself. And see, what people don't realize, videos like that is for twofold. The first fold, They incriminating themselves as to activities they're doing. But the second one, they're doing it because they know people going to hit them up and offer money to learn the secret to do it and get themselves caught up in bullshittery. So he getting money from buying stolen numbers and all those things in account information, but he's also getting money from the gullible who just want to get over or get some money or get some extras or whatever the case may be. But this is the society we live in. This is the society we live in. He better take that money on a lawyer. He gonna need a hell of a lawyer. A hell of a lawyer. Either he from Orlando, Florida, or Texas, or ATL. Man, wherever he at and wherever he from, them feds gonna come a knocking. Duck, 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 duck. Sir, you need to come with us. And people can say, Phil, why are you reporting on it? Because it's out there. He reported on it. He allowed himself to be filmed openly to discuss it. So ain't nobody getting him no case. Ain't nobody snitching on that man. He snitched on his damn self, first and foremost. Secondly, the same way we need to big up our people, we need to applaud our people in their promotions and support people in their endeavors and the things they do right. We need to call out the bullshittery for what it is for those that are fucked up individuals. Excuse my mouth. Pause. And that's plumb stupidity. If that's your lifestyle and if that's what you're gonna do, you keep that in the dark. You keep that where it need to be. That's like somebody that's a drug dealer. Just take the credit cards out of it. Take the blank cards out of it. Take that's a young man that's hustling bricks and he's on camera with a bunch of bricks and he breaking it down on camera and be like, yeah, this is an 8-ball, this is a quarter, this is a half, this is an ounce or a zip or whatever the case may be. This weighs this amount of grams. This I sell this for this and this and that, and with a whole bunch of money sitting right there and a whole bunch of fucking crack or cocaine sitting there on the table and being recorded doing such and posting it online. What? You're doing wrong, so why would you promote yourself doing wrong and think that that's okay? It's the price people are paying for notoriety, to be lit, to be the shit. Everything has a price. Be careful what you're asking for. It all costs something. It don't make sense. True Jim, thank you for the jewels. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate you. I do. Nah, peep scheme, I don't know what you talking about. Shit, moving around. I move around like tires, but I'm moving righteously. I ain't. I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems. Huh? Listen, I move t-shirts, apparel, accessories, things of that nature. I don't want no problem. And in this day and age, technology being what it is too, if you're able to do what you're doing, it's because they're allowing you to do it for right now. But your time soon come. Your time soon come. We have to do better. We have to be more cognizant of the things we do and say. We all flawed. We all got issues. We all got shortcomings. But we have to self-police ourselves. We got to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. And a lot of us are running into trees and brick walls at 100 miles an hour with no seatbelt on. We trying to get at the bullshit so fast. It's like we in a hurry to die. We in a hurry to get locked up. We in a hurry to get strung out. We in a hurry to be turned out. We in a hurry to get abused. We in a hurry to be a lot of things. But we're slow, and we're not in a hurry to heal. We're not in a hurry to get right. We're not in a hurry to do better. We're not in a hurry to be all that we can be or we're meant to be, or to live in our purpose, or even to chase or live out our positive dreams. 250F bike lifestyle was goody like the mob. And I bet you some people either in here or watching on other platforms like, yeah, Slim, he getting to that manyan, he getting to that bag and all that. That's all well and good. But if you bigging up somebody that's basically incriminating themselves and all the things, what does that say about you? What does it say about them? What does it say about us all? And he obviously don't have nobody in his corner worth a damn. No real big homie or somebody older that can impart in him, okay, if you're going to do this, do it this way. Or to impart in him, listen, youngin, I know you on a mission. I know you trying to get to it or whatever the case may be. If I could advise you a couple things, hurry up and get in and get out of that situation, because the dead end is either the casket or the jail. Take whatever monies you done made or got up or scammed up or hustled up or sold up or whatever the case may be. Try to put it into something positive, to a business or whatever the case may be, and move around from what you're doing. At minimum, make sure you got a great attorney on retainer, because your time's limited. Hard Rocks too. He obviously don't have wise counsel around him to even put on that type of show. Criminal days over, too many cameras. Man, listen. Appreciate you, 250F. I ain't knocking nobody from doing whatever it is they do, because I ain't got a heaven or hell to put you in. I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. Your journey is your journey. You got to live it out however you see fit, male or female, whatever it is you do in your lifestyle or in your life, that's on you, not me. That's on you. I got no heaven or hell to condemn you to or push you up into. I might not condone what you do. I might not be a part of what you do, or I might not agree with what you do, but that's your life. That's your life. Just like I might do something that you don't like or feel like who am I, right? All I'm going to say is I'm going to try to get you to the water. What you do with it, shit, piss, swim, bathe, put your toe in it, or just sit there and look at it, or turn your back from it, that's on you. Or drink it, pause, if the water's good for you, alkaline, whatever. It's up to you to do whatever you need to do with it. But if I see you crashing out or heading to that brick wall or into that tree at 100 miles an hour, I would be less than a man if I didn't say, hey, young blood, hey, youngin', hey, Slim, hey, cuz, or whatever case may be. With all respect, let me holler at you for a minute. I know what you're going through. I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're doing. Been there. I'm trying to save you some headaches. Trying to keep you out the pen, trying to keep you out the grave. You grown, even if you underage, you grown, right? You your own man or your own woman. You can do what you want to do. But I got to drop this knowledge and this information on you. What you do with it, you do with it what you will. It's our job to try to reach the youth. Not just the youth, but some of our associates, buddies, and friends. It's up to them to be receptive. It's up to them to take heed or think about what you're saying or implementing those things. And some will and some won't. But if they so happen to don't, that's not on you. That's not on you. That's on them. You've done your godly duty. You've done your just due in imparting the knowledge and wisdom that you have from your experience and from your understanding and your learnings, or whatever the case may be, in teachings or whatever the case may be. You've done your due diligence. You've done your part by imparting on them what you know. Whether they take heed to it and listen, that's on them. It is tough today. Notorious said true, but they're hard-headed. But even everybody that's hard-headed does not always mean non-receptive. Hard-headed does not always mean non-receptive, right? It can be stubborn. It can be bullheaded. And for some, you're right, there's a steel wall there that they're not bending on whatever it is they are and who they are, what they're doing. True. However, we have to care. We have to care. And do know there's a time and place for everything. Time and place for everything. And who knows, you might be coming on the heels, pause, or the tail, pause, of somebody else saying something similar to the individual, to the point where when you talk to them or discuss it with them, that they needed somebody else's voice, or they need to hear it from a stranger or from a different messenger to receive it in the moment. And then on the other side of that, you might not be the messenger they need to really see the full light, but you plant the seed, and then somebody else will come along and tell them the same thing, and then they get it. But you planted the seed to open them up, pause, for the actual personal messenger that they really grabbed hold of what you tried to tell them, but the other person tells them and they got it. We got to stop being scared. We got to stop being scared. I did, Lady Costanita. I started at 8:45 or 8:55, I think it was. I started late today. And I get it. Some people think that the youth are just so far gone. There's a couple that are, but a lot of people are really just, they're mischievous, they're lost, but they're not retrievable. Or should I say they're very retrievable for the right person, or whatever the case may be. We can't complain about what's going on in the world today, in our neighborhoods, in our cities, in our towns, in our states, etc., and not be willing to say or do something about it. You might not be an activist. You might not be able to do everything hands-on, but you can speak to somebody, even if you just speaking to them in a positive manner and saying hello, good morning, because some people don't get that. Some people don't get to see positive interactions. And if they see positivity in you and positive interactions, that might open them up to start being a little bit more positive, even in their coming and going. Which might open up something up here and here that would allow them to receive whatever message or whatever it is you want to tell them, or that somebody else has to tell them. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And we just all got to be mindful, one, of ourselves and of other individuals. We have to be mindful of that. Because something wicked this way comes. Whether you're ready or not. The choice is yours. Just like the song, you could get with this, you could get with that. The choice is yours. As for me, I'm going to continue doing what it is I do. True, but that also makes miserable people hate you. Listen, in that song that I have, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing Nathan. Somebody's always going to dislike you for who you are, how you look, how you talk, how people gravitate towards you, what woman like you, what man like you or love you or into you, who admires you, who gives you opportunity and all the things. Like David said, do what the F you want to do. When It's always going to be somebody that despises you. They might despise the fact I got this gap between my top two teeth. Pause, no diddy. They might despise the fact I'm always smiling. They might despise the way I come up with these terms to get around censorship, the figgities, the shiggities, and all that, right? They might despise the fact that I'm at my big age, move how I want to move, or that I garner attention from certain individuals or people higher than me as well as on my level and beneath me, proverbially, right? Some people are just weird. Strangers don't even know you and dislike you. I find that weird as hell. That's a fact. But you can't worry about that. You can't worry about that. You gotta live your life. You gotta live out your purpose. You gotta do what it is that you know to do. Especially if you come to the understanding of what your purpose is. You gotta chase your goals, your dreams and aspirations, the positive ones, that is. And the closer you get to knowing and understanding and trying to walk in your purpose, that's when the miserableness, that's when the hate, that's when all the things get exacerbated. That's when it starts to intensify. Some people hate you, just don't give a F. That's a fact. That's a fact. And we human, no matter how tough we are on the outside or how much we don't give a F, sometimes we give a F. Sometimes we give in to the bullshittery. But at the end of the day, don't let nobody stop you from doing whatever it is you want to do. Yeah. I've been, you right, Mumbo Sauce, and I've been doing better. However, I'm still a work in progress, to give no reaction, period. Pause. I'm a work in progress, but I still ain't all the way there yet. Y'all pray for me. You feel me? I laugh at them because they aren't the first and won't be the last. That's a fact of Mundo. But you got to keep doing you. You got to keep doing you. I look at it like this. When the devil gets busy in the world, in your life, through individuals around you, virtually or in your real world or whatever the case may be, you on to something. You on to something, or something's about to take place in your life, and it's up to you to sense it, discern it, and keep moving towards it. Because what the enemy's trying to do is destroy you or stop you or block you from your blessings. But the enemy can't block you from your blessings. It'll be you stumbling and falling and messing up your blessing. It'll be you keeping yourself from being able to reach and obtain that blessing. They are just a vessel being used. You have to discern that. And keep doing what it is you know to do. Simply Nay, I see you came around the way. sometimes Mummo's house. Oh, I'm always gonna do me. I love me some me. Me not beefing with nobody. They beefing with they self peep scheme. I ain't got no beef. Cause if I had beef, it'd be something else going on. I ain't got no beef. The point of the matter is pay attention. Pay attention when people activate. Sometimes it's just them. But more importantly, a lot of times it's a demonic spirit that's dwelling within them in the moment or for the while. And they don't even know it. It's up for you to discern it and see it. And just keep doing you. Because something great is about to take place. And the enemy just hates it. The enemy just despises it. Ugh. But it's all good. It's all good. Speaking of which, I want y'all to hear this short clip, some wise words real quick from a brother that just lost his job, but ain't missing a beat. Ain't missing a beat in doing what it is he loved to do, what he's purposed to do. Y'all check this out real quick.
You have to watch who you listen to about me. There's certain people who want to paint me as a certain thing, certain people who want to devalue my voice, certain people who, no matter what I do, with all the great I've done, they've never mentioned that.
Oh, very short and to the point. Shout out to Ryan Clark. Think he was done dirty and them letting him go. But it's all right because he's shining in his podcast and other things, endeavors that he's doing. Crochet Love D, what's goody like the mob? You going to Jersey? Oh, shucks. You got to keep pressing on, keep pushing on. When people get agitated, get jealous, get envious, when the miserable heads present themselves and all the things, the distractions, it's purposeful. Not necessarily from the individual himself or herself, but on the spiritual realm, is purposeful. Very purposeful. Though I may fall short, though I may not handle things the best way possible at all times, I still keep pushing forward and will continue to push forward. I will continue to claw out from under. I will continue to get over hurdles and get around the bullshittery. I say it all the time, and it's cliche, and it sounds funny, but it's a reason why I say it all the time. And shout out to Maya Angelou and Still I Rise. That means no matter what I'm faced with, what adversity, what losses I take actually in people, places, and things monetarily or other tangibles, no matter what other people think about Big Phil Speaks or don't think about Big Phil Speaks, I'ma still do me and I'ma still be me and still I rise. Some people hate that about me, huh? Some people hate that I want to rise. Some people hate that I want to do things of a positive nature. Some people hate that I aspire to do more on my shows or on social media, period. Some people despise or hate or just can't fathom who he think he is at his big age. He need to go and sit down somewhere, huh? When I'm feeling like I'm only just beginning. Some people feel as though why this female got interested in this yellow fella? Why not me? What God got for you is for you. What God got for me is for me, in person, place, or thing. You hear me? And I ain't never worried. I ain't never worried about what somebody else got going on, what blessings they are receiving, what accolades they receiving, or the lack thereof. If anything, I'm going to big it up because I want us all to win in positive, like in a positive nature. The yellow fella, old yellow. That's right. That's right. The old fella, old yellow fella himself. Yeah. Some people think because I'm a little chubby wubby, certain females shouldn't be interested in me. Some think because I'm light skinned, certain females should be interested in me. They think because of my good age, that certain women shouldn't be interested in me. They feel like because of my age, I shouldn't be involved with certain activities or certain opportunities. They feel like because of my age, that shouldn't nobody be considering me for Nathan. They feel like because of my most of the times laid back nature, that I lack luster, I lack shine, and I lack talent and all the things. They feel as though because I don't jump out the window or bungee jump without the cord being attached to me, or I don't do some of the careless bullshit that they willing to do, that I'm less than, or I'm out of place, or whatever the case may be. But in every room that I'm ever in, every opportunity that I'm ever a part of, every situation, every podcast, every building I've ever been in, every corner I ever stood on, every school I went to, every life I've been involved in or been a part of or around, it's all been by purpose and design and for a reason. Meaning it was meant for me to be there, do it, go through it, be involved with, learn from, lose, love, win, obtain, whatever the case may be. And can't nobody stop that. I don't win all the time, but in losing, I learn. And in learning, I'm winning. So I win even more. You get what I'm saying? And people hate the fact that when I say I'm not beefing with nobody, I ain't got no problem with nobody, that I release anger and animosity, that turns them up even more and get pissed. Some people are pissed that I don't have any animosity left in me or no ill will towards a certain individual or girl. They want me to say certain things about her and this, that, and the third, and I refuse to. But they don't want to let that live. With me harboring or staying in or wanting to continue BS, that really blocks my blessing. It don't block the other person's blessing. It don't stop the other person from being whoever they are or doing whatever they do, positive or negative. It stops me from growing. It stops me from advancing. It stops me from obtaining what's rightfully mine, the blessings that are set before me on the path that I'm on. So at the end of the day, it really don't matter what somebody do or say about me. It matters what I do and say. It matters my reactions. It matters my actions. What do you do when you're being sabotaged at work? That's a complicated question, Crochet Love by D, because you can ignore it, you can pray over it, you can react in a moment, you can officially document and or give it to HR or the people you need to give it to. You can remove yourself in the situation, get a whole nother job. It's a lot of different recourses to that, good, bad, and or indifferent. He said, no live field after the Tucker Rose. Certain activities need to stop. The point I'm making is some people sit there and want to harbor stuff about me, and they can do so. I don't give a damn about that. And it may come across as blunt, rude, or whatever when I say I don't care or I don't give a damn or I don't give a F. But I'm saying it bluntly and a matter of factly, like I don't care about those things you care about because they're frivolous. They don't mean nothing. They're not productive. They're not fruitful. It's not conducive of doing anything or advancing nowhere. So yeah, I don't care about it and won't care about it because it don't make sense to care about it. What I do care about is touching the people that I need to touch. Pause. Reaching the people that I need to reach. Trying to live out my purpose and entertain y'all along the way. Putting on a better show. Putting on more content and shows and going live more often or whatever the case may be. Side note, I was talking to somebody. A lot of people ask me why you don't go live more often, Phil, and this, that, and the third, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to be frank and honest with y'all. I want to and I would love to. But at the end of the day, time is money. I'm never one to be on here begging or whatever. I'll throw, like, in a minute, I might throw the thing up or whatever the case may be. But I'm not begging or I'm not trying to make that what it's all about. However, no matter how much money I got in my pocket or how much money I don't got in my pocket, it's still time spent here, whereas I could be doing something else or whatever the case may be. And I love being on here. I do love entertaining. I do love talking to you all. I really would love to more interact and have people camp up and do all those things. But it's about time and money balance type of thing. Not that I'm trying to look to get rich or whatever the case may be, but at the same time, you know, yeah, but I don't want people to think that I don't do it because I don't want to do it or Phil don't F with us or whatever the case may be. I do. I really do. Y'all are part of the reason why I continue to do this show. Why I continue to do other things that I do. Be involved with other platforms and my own and all of the things. And if you look at it overall, because I was transparent about certain things about how much I've made on these internet streets, as far as YouTube, etc. So that real people with a brain would know that I do it off the love mostly anyway. Young Dre said, "Bills don't stop." That's a fact. Paying for this platform that I'm streaming platform or the other one costs money. Equipment costs money. Internet costs money. Sitting before you with the electricity on, even y'all make the electricity joke, cost just different things or whatever the case may be. But I don't put no emphasis on it. I don't put emphasis on it so that that's the main thing that y'all see in me or whatever the case may be. Maybe that's a flaw or maybe that's a blessing or good thing that I do. I don't know. Thank you, Crochet Love by D. Thank you. And that's it right there, Crochet Love. The branding, rebranding, the broadening, the expansion, all of the things. Yes, I do want to see a bag. Yes, I want to see a big check at some point or whatever the case may be. But I also love what I'm doing, and I want to expand. I want to expand. Not only the followers, but the supporters. Not only the supporters, but people that engage. Not only people that engage, but the audience that are able to grab hold of certain things that I'm saying and doing or whatever the case may be. I know I be long-winded at times. I know I be over-explaining at times. I know I speak about things that I shouldn't even just speak about or let them have at it or whatever the case may be. But you know, sometimes a lie unchecked becomes the truth. And what somebody said, sell more Crocs is crazy. Peepskin, you bugged out. What people don't understand is I'm not speaking out or over explaining or rebutting or rebuking because of necessarily the people that y'all see in the room. It's for the people that you don't see in the room that want to fuck with Big Phil, but because of things being said, pull back or want to see how things pan out or want to see or hear my explanation of certain things or, you know, whatever the case may be. I've told y'all before, people have reached out to me or whatever the case may be from different places and spaces. Before I did anything on the Kenny Burns network, before I did anything with Queens Flip and FDN or whatever the case may be, I've known a lot of celebrities through the years. People who were small at a time that are hella big at a time. And I don't mention them all. I've only mentioned a couple people that I've known or had interactions with or whatever the case may be. And there's been people that have been reaching out to me since before I came on Flip Platform, even after coming on Flip Platform, after me and Queen Flip fell out, even to the recompense or the me and Flip getting back cool and being back around there while I'm on the Kenny Burns show, all the other things or whatever the case may be that have been tapping in with me and been letting me know they've been watching it and that they might have something coming down the line for me, et cetera, whatever the case may be. So sometimes when y'all see me refuting or indulging in the sucker shit as far as explaining, it's because other people are watching and listening. I could give a damn but with certain individuals and their mindset on it, because you can't convince people that are just convinced about who they think you are, don't really know you for shit. It be the people that can move the pen, that can push you or push you into the bag or open the door for you to be next to the bag or with the bag or the opportunity. That's why I explain myself or whatever the case may be. Like I said, I don't handle everything the best way or explain it the best way. But it's obviously little old me, little old Big Phil. I'm making impacts and strides in more ways than analytics are showing. Numbers, people in the room or whatever the case may be. Side note, by taking that 5-6 month hiatus from doing my show, my numbers dropped. But they're slowly coming back up organically, and I'm cool with that. But it be the people watching who have influence, people that are watching, that have the wherewithal that see it in me or see it on me, pause, and just watching to see how I maneuver, where I'm going, do things progress, or whatever the case may be. That are watching analytics, but more importantly are watching me to hear what I'm saying or see how I'm moving or whatever the case may be. That's the reason why you see Big Phil speak to stuff and speak passionately about stuff, because it be so much fuck shit being said, not just about me, but about people in general. And sometimes people just let it be what it be. And I liken it to the people that pay out in court cases or whatever case may be instead of fighting their court case. And it still makes them look guilty because they done paid out on it or whatever the case may be. Whether they are truly guilty or not. Even though some of them are doing it because they are guilty and they just wanted to go away, and some don't want to pay the legal fees to drag it out or whatever. It still looks the same way. Hate comes with the territory. Don't worry, just build off from them. Live broadcasting podcasts with entertainment and comedy would be amazing, but that takes major money. A lot of people's energy got vexed when I decided to say I wanted to do the city pull-up. A lot of people's energies got vexed when they see me doing my own show and other things. A lot of people's energies got vexed when certain allegations didn't bear no merit. Certain people's energies got vexed and are still vexed because I can still get on here, smile, and talk to you all and be authentically me without having to lean on this person, that person, or those people. Without crashing into a wall or putting on a crash test dummy outfit and doing whatever it is I do. Some people have gotten vexed over that. Worrying about what I do and what I say, but not worrying about what they do and they say, or producing for themselves. But God bless them all. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you brung that up. Shiggity, I forgot about that. Let me upload this real quick. Thank you, Hot Shot. Thank you. I knew it was something I forgot to 3248. Let me load this up real quick. Thank you. Thank you. I know it was something I forgot to load up. 3248, I think it is. Now, thank you, Hot Shot. Before I go, I do want to speak on this, right? Long story short, though, I'm going to do me. I'm going to be me, regardless. Y'all pray for me. If you fuck with me, cover me, or whatever the case may be. I will say this before I get in that story. The only thing that really bothers me is some of you that I've done good for or good to or been good to, you know, to speak up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it feel like I'm on an island when it comes to certain bullshit. You feel me? But I stand up and I get on that cross my damn self. So that's on me too. But going forward, there's a story going on. There's a story going on. A mother sent her son to school or allowed him to go to school with a skirt on or whatever the case may be. That's a fact. Thank you, Crochet Love by D. Appreciate you. There's a story of a mother who either allowed and or dressed her son in a school uniform that included a skirt at his young age. And it's caused an uproar. It's going viral. This boy looks to be somewhere between 6 and 8 years old. The school wrote to his mom and said, "Hey, Mrs. Williams, is Dr. Smith over at such and such elementary? Do you have a moment?" "Hey, Dr. Smith, yes, I'm at work, but I can text. I go on break in 30 minutes. Is everything okay? So you're going to have to come and get Kevin. What's wrong? Is he okay?" "Yes, but he can't be in a school setting dressed inappropriately. You sent him to school in a skirt. Boys must dress like boys and girls must dress like girls. It's highly inappropriate at his age. He would either have to change clothes or leave. I let my son express himself. It doesn't say anything in the code of conduct of how genders dress as long as he has on correct colors." And it's left at that, right? I have to be mindful because it's some people that advocate for freedoms and privileges and rights of however one lives their lifestyle, right? Here's the part. Here's the part. Here's the part that's tricky and the problem. That boy, no matter what he turns out to be when he gets older, that boy is too young to understand sexuality, to really fully grab hold of gender, to fully know what it means to be masculine or feminine. And he's at the stage where he's supposed to be parented, taught the foundations, the things, the basics for him to grow from. We in a day and age where parents are being their children's friends to the point that I'm not going to make him eat something he don't want to eat. We all know when we came up, you eat what I put on this plate. You do as I tell you to do, not what you want to do, what I tell you to do. I'm the parent, you the child. Now it's all discombobulated. And that boy is too young to make a determination as to what he wants to be in life, whether it be a police officer, a doctor, a hustler, a football player, a man, woman, a bat, a dog, whatever the case may be. He's too young to know what the hell he wants to be. Juice 727, what's goody like the mob? The importance of fathers in the house. He's too young to make their decisions, even more be influenced. That's a fact. Crochet Love said the child has on eyelashes, lip gloss, and eyeshadow. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Now, if that boy If that boy, yeah, or go to bed hungry, that's a fact. You're going to eat what I put on this plate, or you're going to go to bed hungry. Now, if that boy grows up to say, this is how I feel I want to be or who I want to be, that's his choice, right? Life is about choices, and we have the will to choose our own destiny. God don't get in the way with that. So how can man? But as a child, if her son does not go to school, that mama's going to jail or getting charged, or the child's getting taken from her. That means the parent is in control, in charge of, responsible for what that child does or does not do. So to sit there and encourage something that child can't fully fathom or understand at his young age is crazy to me. It goes to show the mental instability of some of these parents. Because at that age, I'm a heterosexual man through and through. God bless anybody that associates or has any other kind of lifestyle, but I'm a heterosexual. I love women, period. But at that age, I didn't know nothing. I knew, oh, she looked pretty to me or whatever the case may be. I didn't know nothing about a lot of that at 6 years old and all that bullshit. Like, how can you honestly, striking a damn pose. How can you honestly say that boy knows what the hell it is they want to do? But some of these young mothers and some of these distorted mothers and fathers in some instances are so mentally depraved and off that they would encourage something that could cause that boy problems, whether it be bullying, whether it be the wrong type of attention from certain weird, perverted individuals, whatever the case may be. First, you want to encourage expression, encourage them to express themselves in reading a goddamn book. Encourage them to be the best person they can be. Encourage them to do the best that they can with what they're being taught in the school, and teach them to seek knowledge well beyond what the school is offering. You want to encourage them to express themselves. Encourage them to pick up a hobby, a sport, a trade. I don't think that it was Connie Baptiste, and there's other situations of such, even down to the Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union situation with the child Zay, or whatever the case may be. He's older now, but when he was younger. Some people look at it like, that ain't your business, that's their business. But when you put it in the public eye and you have influence, and you could be influential into other people's situations or mindsets, then that becomes a problem. I'm not against anybody living out their life the way they want to live it. That's on you and yours, right? However, if you put more importance into how a child looks and how they dress than what they're learning and training them to be the best individual they can be, and you going to bat for them, let's say it is AI, but it ain't. I don't think it is, because there's other situations. Even if it was, there's other situations similar. You encouraging your child at such a young age to usher in stress, usher in drama, usher in negative energies from the people that don't support that, that's going to pick on, bully, have something to say, basically may try to physically harm that little boy, or for the PDFs that might get attracted by seeing something like that and wanting to go after the young. See, it's a lot of doors, a lot of Pandora's boxes involved with that situation. And some people say, well, that's his parents, that's on them. But there's a greater effect. That's a fact. The other side to that expression coin can be very detrimental to people who aren't strong mentally. That's a fact. People are trying to go viral to make money, so whoever made this made the post is sick. Even if the mother allowed him to dress like that at home or as a way of him expressing himself, is better than letting him go to school like that. That leaves rooms for him to be ridiculed and bullied. I would say this. No matter what it is you see on or see in your child, whether you feel like or you think or they might be hinting at expressions of wanting to be of a certain lifestyle, it's up to you as a parent to control, to lead, to teach, and maintain order in your household to the point that you allow your child to get to a decent age, to make a more informed or better informed decision as to what they want to do, gender-wise, sexually, whatever the case may be. Because at the end of the day, if that child at that same age said they wanted to have sex, you supporting that because they expressing themselves, male or female alike. You gonna let your child at that young age want to get involved with sex? Of course you're not, right? So why would you allow them to be? Why would you allow them to exhibit sexuality related presentation? They have 18 years to persuade that child to do the right thing. Less than that in some society, in some laws. But the thing of the nature is the mind. Child at that age, I don't care how gifted and talented, how smart that child is, most minds don't operate in the capacity at that age to fully understand what it is they're doing, what it is they might be feeling, or because they see it on other people's to say, oh, that's what I want for my life. That's why some people, when they're young, they say, oh, I want to be a policeman. Oh, I want to be a fireman. And they change up and they say, later on, they might want to be a doctor. They might want to be a lawyer. They might want to be this. They might want to be a rapper. They might want to be an athlete. Hell, they might want to go to the streets, whatever the case may be. The mind, the intelligence, the maturity changes. And because so much is put in our face in these social media streets, that people are more inclined to want to experiment, to look into, to be a part of something without fully understanding all of the things involved. And again, everything has a price. Everything has a price. Be careful what you're asking for. It all costs something. More like 12, and currently they losing Harvard. That's a fact. That's too much. Now, again, to each his own. Whatever it is you choose to want to do in your life, however you want to live your life, as an adult, have at it. Hell, in certain instances as a teenager, you got the right to do what you want to do. But a parent's right is to provide the best possible covering and protection as they can, and the mental foundation of which that child is to grow on. Now, you can teach the child starting at that age to love all people, no matter what it is they associate themselves as and all these things. But you can't just allow your child to just venture off on a road that they don't know where the hell they going, or what that road, what kind of pitfalls, what kind of dangers happen along that road. You gonna let your child at that age smoke weed or do some other kind of mess because they want to express themselves or they think it's cool or their friends do it? You gonna let your child indulge in alcohol at that young age because other people do it? You gonna let your child stay up all night when children should be in bed at a certain time because other people allow it to be done? You gonna let your children forego doing their schoolwork or listening to the teachers or all the things because somebody else's child does it or somebody else older does it? And that's you're right about that sexy sugar mama, and that's a whole nother sick scenario. Some parents aren't mentally all there, and they might have wanted a daughter instead of a son. But that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother animal. Pause. That's it right there, Hotshot. You better express that damn education. You don't express nothing unless you expressing this education and doing what the hell you supposed to be doing. I know we living in a world in a time now where a lot more things are tolerated, a lot more things are accepted, and a lot more things are okay, and all the things or whatever the case may be. But that shouldn't start at that young of an age. Hell, should nobody be encouraged to do anything that might lend to them growing up faster than what they need to at that age? Children should be children. They should be allowed to be children. But that goes back to what I said earlier. A lot of children aren't being children because they're not allowed to play outside. They're not doing activities that children did when I was younger, when some of you were younger, or whatever the case may be. They're surrounded with an artificial environment, both in social media and both in the video games and things that you watch on these different platforms, networks, and TV stations, or whatever the case may be, that makes them feel like this is real or this is how it should be, not realizing, not being taught that this is entertainment, or that this ain't real, or this is virtual reality, or da-da-da-da-da. And thus, people venture off into different areas and lanes, or allow their loved ones or their children to venture off into the other lanes. It is, but there are some sick people out there, so they're projecting. That's a factor, mundo. That's a factor, mundo. Listen, I could go on and on and on, ladies and gentlemen. I meant to talk about this earlier. I'm glad Hot Shot brought it to my attention, because that was one of the stories that I wanted to cover, and I forgot all about it. We live in a crazy world, ladies and gentlemen. And like the song say, life is what you make it. You hear me? We need to bring back a little more of the 80s and 90s parenting. In fact, mundo. It's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you all have a wonderful Friday. Hopefully you'll come back to see me tonight here, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this good Big Phil Speaks channel, for none other than Feel the Love Fridays, where the grown folks come to talk and play about love, marriage, relationship, intimacy, courting and dating, romance, and all the things where it's very spicy, gets sexy, and sometimes salacious. You leave your inhibitions at the door, and we talk as much as we can about whatever we want to talk about, all within the provisions of censorship, of course. But we teeter on the lines. Hopefully you all will come back and come holler at your boy, because it gets turned up and turned out. Pause. No diddy. Hopefully y'all will come and be a part of the lituation, huh? And y'all will bring a friend or two along with you. I hope that y'all have a wonderful day, no matter who's standing in your way or trying to stand in your way or what is standing in your way. Hopefully you can go throughout your day and smile. You know why? Because you never know what it might do for somebody, including yourself. Even if it just agitates the enemy on a spiritual level. Smile, damn it. Stop mean mugging and being miserable. Smile. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose. With purpose. Last but not least, I'm not anti-you, none of y'all Bammers. But I'm pro-me, but with an emphasis on trying to build we. So let that marinate your melon to the next time we can chop it up and have a tater day. Until that day, I holla, baby. Thank you for the gift, the jewels. I appreciate that. Crack baby, trick baby. Y'all have a wonderful day in the neighborhood, huh? Get your GMGTs. Holla at me in the DM on Instagram or whatever the case may be. Get your GMGT. One touchdown yesterday, and somebody else should be getting theirs by Sunday, Monday. or whatever the case may be. Monday, I think it is. Take care, Crochet Love by D. I appreciate you. Peepski, y'all be blessed. I have at it. Y'all have at it. Pause. No Diddy. I'm out.
We're one big happy family. We're GMG. One big happy family. Hey, hey, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you come back again. Tell a friend, tell a friend. It's GMG and Big Phil speech.